Hit it, Chewy.
Miss Abulima, froth at the mouth, Amazon sugar queen, Nikki with the hot purple, 1,000 names, Palace Athena, Nikki with the dragon miss, possession, zombified, off in the drift. The ritual is sacred. I smell like indica. Bodies you can bag up. You eat some dead babies. Swirl the green in your eyes. Rub the purple in. It's no surprise they were doing heroin. Sniffing on the cocaine. The dragon guards. The beast bears up Lady Babylon. Rain Man on the song. Serenade them in the dragon mist. The arrow just hit them a little bit. Twisting on this motherfucking sugar cane. Hot purple Lady Babylon, make it rain. Dragon miss, Abulima, froth at the mouth, Amazon sugar queen, Nikki with the hot purple.
Welcome back to Lady Babylon. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous time for initiating apocalypse. Thank you for coming tonight. I appreciate it. And this is going to be a special episode to fill you in on some things. I'm going to read you some poetry. Isn't that nice? Right. Oh, you're going to love this poetry. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some instruments of beauty. Oh, God. Some instruments of beauty. You're going to see some things about ancient guitars tonight that are going to surprise and pleasantly shock you. Oh, how is it going, congregation? It's good to see you. I know it's been a long time, and I have totally been in the dark. I am getting ready for a trip to the big NY, and I want to bring you a little bit, just a little bit of support for, go ahead, Chewy, for what I'll be doing. And this is it. Ariana has invited me, right, to teach us a thing or two about Medea. If you are interested, you're in New York, I'll be happy to meet you for the first time. Fantastic. But I want you to know, go ahead and switch. I want you to know what this really is. I was asked by a person who very much works through the muse to bring the image of Medea into this world, and is quite an author herself. And I was asked on this just straight up, can you bring Medea? Can you bring Medea? And can you F this up? And definitely that's what the mission is then, to bring Medea and to F things up. Now, people, I want you to just hear a bit of poetry. So what I'm doing, people, is for all my students who are trying to get in touch with me madly, why is he gone dark? Is something wrong? No, it's because I'm putting together, composing. And when I say these are 7 songs, they will be the 7 stars that I will hold in my right hand. Oh, God. And what is this, people, that he's talking about? Remember, the mission is to bring the reality. And this is why I was so happy to bring this to you, Satanic congregation, is because you who have been here rise diligently watching the progress. This is a chance. This is a chance for that perfect hunt. And I absolutely could not turn it down. This is this is not an enterprise based on making money. I won't be making any cash off of it, right? Right? So what we really need to do is set and anchor the things that you and I have been looking at and been exposed to already. We need to set and anchor those, but we have to reach forward, right? And in order to open that portal and to bring that entity back as a reality, we have to be precisely on. This is a one shot, right? And just a one shot arrow. It is an assassination. Do you understand me? Oh, God. It's absolutely glorious. Now, people, in the middle of it, I get all new material because remember, I'm just the go-between, right? I am just the refraction of the reality into this cosmic mirror that you and I inhabit, right? And our reflection is their reality. But here, let me read you some of this. This is Ariana, and this is her book, The Rose. It's 2025. So aren't you jealous? Right? And I just wanted to read you one of her poems. Can I read you one of her poems? I don't think she would mind. Everybody, this is The Rose. I want to read it because I read poets here, right? And here, are you ready? Death has the biggest dick of all, right? Ariana reigns. Oh, did I miss the? Oh, did I miss? Did I? Okay. Maybe I made it through. Satanic congregation, hail Satan on this one. If we make it through that, you know what I mean? Okay, are you ready? Where did I put my glasses, Joey? Where did I put my glasses? There they go. I want to get this right. Ariana, here we go. Death has the biggest dick of all. Probably the reason women are still attracted to the devil and will always be is that's who effed us originally to get life onto this planet. After coming, he says, when he comes with me, it starts before it has started and goes on long after it finishes. Sometimes after we F, he gets delirious and says childlike phrases that almost rhyme and approach poetic sense. His head seems to pivot on its axis and twitching. He loses consciousness. I can feel him hesitating to finish a compliment I want to receive in words, an energy I want to force him to force through language. Oh, it's starting to get sexy, man. You are going to give me this compliment directly. I say, and I steady myself to receive his words, distinguishing me from every other woman he has ever known. It's silly, I suppose, to demand such a thing, but I look in his face and he obeys. Last night I told him I couldn't tell if he was a combination of highly intelligent and slightly retarded, or if he was simply kind of dumb, but that I had decided it was the former, since that way of seeing him gave me intense pleasure. And a sexual genius with a concupiscent void floating like a cloud of idiocy at the center of an otherwise powerful mind. I think that, wow. Okay. It may be that I suffer because I use men as muses, and because the thought of my muse's stupidity excites me. It means even naked with them, I can protect my privacy. But such men are privileged because I give them my stupidity. I preserve my stupidity for them, and I F them like a mindless animal. Yeah, fantastic. I'll stop there. I wanted you to have, congregation, the flavor of the reigning poetess, right? This is through the sacred line of naked lunch. Oh God, don't tell me that. I'm going to start yelling C words and, oh, no. What are we looking for tonight, people? We're looking for the voice of the muse. We're looking for the voice of the muse. And that is what must be brought to New York. And why? What's the purpose of all of this? To purify the stage. Oh, God. It's it's one of those. It's one of those purifications, bro, right? Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Is everybody geared up and ready to go? Here we go. Give me the very first. Now, we're going to have it's just a whole, sampling, little things here and there tonight. So, one tiny narrative, but I just want you to taste tidbits that are delightful and somewhat mind-altering. Blow it up. Somewhat mind-altering, people. I just want you to see that Amphion, this ancient rocker, had a guitar. It was given to him by the muses. And through the means of this guitar, he bamboozled stone. He caused the walled city to rise. Oh, God. Wait, what? What's this guy doing with his guitar? What's he doing with his guitar? He's causing the city to rise. Stone upon stone. A very famous guitar that brings to life the fortification of the city, the defense of the city. Do you understand? You didn't think those guitarists were doing such things, perhaps, right? But they were, at least that's what the Greeks are saying. They're long dead ancestors, right? Right? We're talking about rock ancestry. Give me the next. Yep. Watch this, people. Pherecies. What does he say in his 10th history? He says this specific guitar was given to him by the muses. Now, look at the Greek, too. This is from a Scholian, right? Oh, God, on Apollonius. Anyway, it's the luron. Look at the first word in yellow. Luron. There we have the guitar, right? And notice what the scholiast does. They put that word right up front. Boom! Lyre. And then we get the subject later. We get the main verb later, right? It all lines up, right? But not unusually you can put that word first, just out of the middle of nowhere, right? Because it's not linear, bog trotting, Germanic, English, dumpery. It's Mother Greek. Notice I said mother, not modern. Mother. Have some respect, people. Once you've abandoned your ways that were wise, you got nothing. You got nothing to say. You embraced the dude you had Mother Greece, and you embraced a dude who was arrested in a public park at 4 a.m. with a kid who was naked except for a bandage on his hoo-ha. Give me the next one. naked lunch me. Please. Love it. Boom. People, another sensation. It's just, again, right? It's totally different. We're just picking little bits off a sample platter and all of this salmon-colored goodery. Look at all the salmon-colored goodery. I just want you to focus on one fact, that on the second line of the salmon, we've got luropoioi. Who are they? They're the ones who construct or make the lyre. And Plato is going to tell us, certain people know how to make lyres, certain people know how to play lyres. Sometimes you can know how to make words, you can know how to compose. There is a difference. Plato's talking about it, right? And the relations, because he's nerdy and the Greek has rotted his stupidity out of his brain, and now all he's got is time to sit around and contemplate and teach, do theorems. My God, man. It's like they were on steroids. That's all I wanted them to see for that one. That's okay. Keep going. Next one, people. Look at this sumptuousness. Are you ready? Right? Where is this one from? I think this is, I can't remember. I'll think of it in a minute. Let me just translate it for you because it's gorgeous. Oh, I think it's still played. Is it? No, I'm not sure. It says, does it still seem to you that beauty by which all things are made cosmetic, that is, they fit perfectly within the arrangement of the cosmos, and beautiful, when this beauty approaches, bestows itself on the individual, do you really think that results in the virgin, the horse, and the lyre? Let me say that again. Do you really think that divine beauty that makes everything so wonderful and right, do you really think that is embodied, becomes manifested as a virgin, a horse, or a guitar? Is that what's going on? Is that what's going on? Is the instrument the reflection of that virgin? Okay, remember, where are we getting these lyre players, right? What are some of the singing people? We've been looking at oracles. They're training them from 0 to 10. Day 1, they hit the ground, training. 0 to 10, 10 to 20, they're singing. And when I say singing, you've got to understand there has to be accompaniment. Oh, God. Do you know why? Because they understand the magic works from the music, that it's even more important than the drugs, they said, right? And the whole performance. If your audience is not drugged, you are not performing the mystery. Fantastic. Now, what's so important? After you drug your audience, you have to then program them with the music. God, do people not? Is this why, it used to be the evangelicals would protest the concerts, right? Right? It used to be, and you could see that front line right there. You can see that front line. Let's get back to it, shall we? Shall we get back to it? Give me the next one, Chewy. Oh, boom. Another one, people. Look at this. Right. Would you not have replied? Oh, do you still think that the absolute beautiful? Now, this translator is fucking is nailed it. Look at this. Absolute beauty. I said divine beauty in my translation, right? Absolute beauty, by the addition of which all other things are adorned and made to appear beautiful, when in its form is added to any of them. Do you think that is a maiden or a mare or a lyre? Okay. Listen as we come across into the English. Listen, the art of translating this is having been saturated and recognizing links. If your brain is such, and I'm sure Satanic congregation, many of you are like this, right, already, right? You know it. If you love to make associations, if that's your thing, if that's how you learn, if that's how you live by associations, oh God, love it. Drill that in. Just let that pony ride. You know what I mean? Just okay. Let's pound him with some more. Give it a nice. Yep. Fantastic. Which is this? This is Lycurgus. All right, Lycurgus. Neurora, right? Fus neurafus epelakurgos tus ta neura raptontas tais lurais. Who are those people that prep those guitars, right? They call them the ones who manipulate or string the neura, right? For the lyre. Oh, God. Do you look at how the Greeks are looking at this, right? Just stop for a minute. And I'm saying through the Greek language, the ancient Greek language, look at how they're looking at it. They're looking at a person as someone who goes through the process, who has the technique, the skill to be able to string the instrument. Do you understand? There aren't any other instruments. I'm sorry, people. There aren't. Blow your horns, wave your bells, beat your drums. Go ahead. Nature is based on the stringed instrument. Oh, God. I'll let you violinists get by. I will. Right? And shame on me, because there's a lot of people. Wait, where's the shame? It's on me, because there are a lot of great, drummers. Oh, God, the drummers. God, they can hit the drum. Right? They can keep that beat. Oh, God. Right? And the good ones it's like thunder. Boom! Awe-inspiring. Love it. Fantastic. But that's not what the cosmos is based on. The organization of the universe is based upon the tension of the string, the bow, and the lyre. Right? Okay. Now, thank you. I appreciate you. Go ahead and put the next one up when you get a chance. I thank you for being patient with me, because everybody knows I'm not a musician. Right? I'm just seeing this like most of Satanic congregation, probably just through the eyes of a hearer, but somebody who doesn't play. Right? Oh, God. I knew that for many, many years. I was like, nope. Let the people from the sacred sect of music, let them treat the instruments. You know what I mean? I am not of that group. Okay. What is this one? Oh, this is Dicaearchus. Look, this is 4th BC, people. And what's he talking? Oh, okay. Ready? Set your brains for this. This is going to blow your brains. Are you ready? Everybody, put your chicken down. Right? Right? Take a drink, take a swig, or whatever it is. Now, chew a little bit. Here we go. Swallow. And get this. Dicaearchus divided things up. As the body is to the lyre. The soul is to harmony. The soul of your guitar is harmony. The great lyre player who saved the Neura of God. This is the one who is married to Harmonia. Harmonia, all in the line of Bacchus. All in the line of Bacchus, right? Because the union of this lyre player with harmony produces the Virgin Mother of Bacchus. Okay? Fantastic. You mean it's that seated in the religion, in the cult? The music is that deep within the cult? Yes. What is it that Jesus Christ is singing as he's going off to his garden party with his naked boy and his drugged other juveniles? What is he doing? He's singing a hymn. He's singing a hymn. Would you think that was the first hymn that was ever written? Did you think Jesus sat down and composed it? What did you think? You say, no, your crazed thinking says, your crazed and easily controllable thinking says, oh, it's Jesus, the Son of God, and he's just emitting some kind of, right? Some kind, I don't know, it's the first hymn, and he's the first maker of it, just like he's the first and only Christ. We don't even know what a Christ is. It's a drug, right? Oh, God. Let's go in deep. Give me the next one. Let's do a couple more of these. How'd you like that, people? The body, right, is to the guitar as the soul, is to the harmony. Oh, that's how you divide up the quantum fabric of the universe. It's hurting my head. This one just talks about, it's not very exciting. They just talk about, it's the naming, okay? A lot of grammarians, right, and stuff are sitting around talking about, well, let's figure out the science of music with respect to the stringed instruments. And here we go. And we'll have this terminology and that terminology. Can you find any of these words in Hebrew? No. Can you find any of these words in Oscan or Umbrian? No. And can you find any of these words in the language that they're speaking in Asia Minor, where Paul is fighting with a group of Judeans? Judeans in Asia Minor? What are you talking about? People, the word is a made-up word that is introduced in Hellenistic Alexandria in order to create a past. It doesn't exist before. Oh, God. Oh, God. Did you check? Yeah, I checked. Of course I checked. I went to UC Davis's DLG or whoever the hell it is, Irvine, one of the California schools. Thank you, California, for the research tools, right? They're helping us uncover a whole lot about Jesus and about the stuff that was going on with his boys and why one of them was naked and why there were drugs involved, why he's walking around with a title that's a drug title. Okay, give me next. Boom. People want just the core, you know what I mean? People, I want you to see there's a little contesting here. Here's another scoliast who's saying, no, wait, dude. Dioscorides, right? He says that the lyre was given to Amphion by Apollo. It wasn't the muses, it was Apollo. Interesting. Well, now, people, the only reason I brought that one is I want you to sit there and think, why? Why would that matter? Why would that matter? Right? He's the musakites, right? Shui said it. He's the leader of the muses. It matters a lot. Anthropologically, what the hell is going on? Right? What is going on? Why are these people debating about which divinity gave that particular instrument, which they will follow through time, to that kitharist, that singer, that lyre playing civilization builder? Yeah. Yeah. There is a spirit of harmony. Oh, God. It's the gift. Do you understand? I'm going to show you something that you're going to be, oh, right? Puppy eyes. It's a puppy eyes moment. It's gorgeous, though, and it makes beautiful quantum sense. Give me the next one. Okay. Here we are with Posidonius. Oh, this guy was smart as hell. Right? No, I'm serious. This guy was smart as hell. And he's hard to keep up with. Here it's a little bit easier because this is more of a history that he's writing, this source, right? And this one is about the Celts. It's about the Celts. And he says they have makers of song, right, in their midst, whom they call bards. And these people, while they're singing, they use instruments that are very similar to our guitars. Right? And they use them both to hymn, right? To sing hymns and to blaspheme, to accuse, to slander, right? You didn't realize these were two types of music, did you? So what he's doing is he's telling you instrumentally, it goes to both ends. You can use the hymn, you write the hymn with your stringed instrument, or you can write the blasphemy. Now, I don't know. Is there any form of blasphemy? Don't leave it. Is there any form of blasphemy that you can see coming out of a lyre today? Blasphemy. Think about it, people. Blasphemy as a genre. And I'm sure there are those of you music nerds out there who are like, oh, yeah, and I'm sure you're naming people right now, right? Okay, I want you to think that's how their mind is working. Now, the last line says, these people are philosophers. They are theologians. Theologoi. And I'll show you what that means. And they're highly honored, and they are called druids. Druids. Druids, right? Okay. I want you to sit and I want you to ponder that. This is, it hasn't been that many centuries since the Romans crawled out of their huts and decided to build. It's not that long, right? It hasn't been that long. Who is preserving the knowledge in that second and first BC? We know that the Alexandrian library is, and who else, baby? Who else? Forget all those philosophers sprinkled in Greece and Italy. The Celts, right? Oh, God. Specifically, their sect of druids. Oh, doesn't that? All right. Do you understand? Remember, these are hunting, that bow culture, that aggressive bow culture that uses the poison arrow. They didn't just stop at the Black Sea. Those Scythians, they didn't just stop at the Black Sea. right? They moved west. We have their hair. That right with the poison, baby. You gotta watch out, man. Right? It's quite a date. You get set up with a Scythian, you may end up. If you're a dude, you may end up dead or castrated. Right? Right? Which doesn't have to be a bad thing. There are a lot of people who are castrated in the ancient world. Right? Fantastic. Not so much, but fantastic. Give me the next one. Give me the next one. Oh, did you get some glorious comments? I want to give people. We're going to go a little bit short tonight, people, because I wanted to kind of hit you with just the gems. Give me the next. Boom. Yep, go ahead. If it's not, we'll go back. We'll go back. So as I'm waiting for this to come up, I want to let you know I'll be going out there after the resurrection, right, of Jesus Christ. I'll be going out to New York to do it, to deliver this thing. Right. Exactly. It's a perfect time. Don't you think so? People, look. Sometimes some people will throw at you Philo Judaeus and Josephus for the sake of the propaganda that's particularly harsh in Josephus's work. What they don't appreciate is actual Philo Judaeus, right? And he talks because he's educated in the Greek gymnasium. He knows about things like the stringed instrument being the source of all that is physics, right? And what does he talk about here? He talks about the heptachord, the 7-stringed guitar, right? Being the ariste, the best of all the instruments, particularly the best. Why? Due to its inharmonion, right? Due to its inharmonics. Oh, God. And he goes on. But I want you to see what's going on here. How much Hebrew is in this? Do you know you could not express any of this in Hebrew? Ancient Hebrew, right? I'm talking ancient Hebrew, not modern Hebrew. Much bigger vocabulary. Ancient Hebrew, 7,000 words. Remember, you've got a limit, 7,000 word limit. Do you think any of this can fit into it? Do you think it can? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You've got to have basic words like, eating and drinking. Speaking of such things, who's in the Pope hole tonight? We've got to put somebody there. Give me the next one. Yeah. Give me the next one, Chewy. Yeah. Thanks. And by the way, if you can make it by in New York, great. I look forward to meeting you because I know there are people who are part of the congregation who are from New York. So it'll be nice to meet you. It'll be very nice. Fantastic. Anyway, I better not say that. I was going to say something, but I better not. It was going to end with, "This is what we'll do to you." So I'm not going to say it. All right. Luramen. Who is this? It's Philo Judaeus, right? Talking about his heptachord again. He says, the lyre, right? The heptachord, particularly, the 7-stringed lyre is what? It's like or analogous to, it actually uses the word analogy here, analogusa, right? It's analogous to the choreai. What is the choreai? It is the pathway or chorus. And here he talks about it is analogous to the pathway of the stars, the planeton, the wandering stars. It is the chorus of the wandering stars, and it completes this harmony. Okay? It brings it to perfection. Right? That's what the heptachord does. And why would the 7-stringed instrument bring that perfect harmony? Because it is an exact reflection of what you can look up at. Do you understand? This is nature, right? This is nature. Paul's walking around saying, we're worshiping. You worshiping nature. Yeah. Yeah, right? Shame on Paul. Shame on Paul. I don't feel like whipping much tonight, but if you demand it, I will. Give me the next one, Chewy. Yep. Are you setting things up? Good. We're gonna do that. Who's that? Sweaty. All right. All right. Give me the next one. Chewy will have a piece of the performance, but she won't be there with me. Right? Right. So that's the way it is. Look, people, what does this say? It says there is somebody who discovered the lyre. The guitar has its discoverer. Now think about this for a minute. Just think about the concept. That's why I put this one out here. There would be a person somewhere in history who came along and looked at a string and said, right? I don't know, maybe it was from their bow. Maybe it was a dude who first listened to his bow and was like, oh, right? Next thing you know. Right? Well, the Greeks said the discoverer of the lyre is the divinity who translates. The divinity, think about that for a minute. The discoverer of the guitar is the divinity who translates. The Hermes, the explainer, secretly, Hermes and Hecate produce Isis. The very mystery itself comes from the Father who discovers the guitar. All right? If you thought religion was produced exclusively by drugged, cave walking, shroom licking people, you're not correct. They may have been, but no. The discovery of the music brings that power to the word. Oh, God. Oh. Kitharodes that build worlds. Where are the Kitharodes that build words? Oh, God. God, did he say world or word? Yes. Now, do you understand why Mother Greek did what she did with the music? Do you understand why this could come from nowhere else? It had to come from where the language that had that capacity was able to breach the invisible and the visible, to bring in those physics of the cosmos that ultimately produce the harmony. Oh, God. It's gorgeous. These people are nuts, man. Hermes and Hecate. Oh, God, the daimones. Right? Now, you didn't hear that from me because that's a secret. You're not supposed to tell it, but I found that in one of the magical texts I was reading. Oh, Ryan, think about that for a minute. Hermes, Hecate, Isis. If you know who Isis is in the mystery, she who resurrects, right? If you understand that, and you understand who mom and dad are, the music of translation, making sweet, sweet love with the death and life-giving blood of magic, produces she who is the Savior. Virgin Savior, yes, right. Focus on the Virgin. Why? Because she's up on the hill. Right? Somebody put her up on the hill. Now, every day when I walk home from work, I not only step in ox crap, but I'm looking at a giant virgin and remembering, right? Remembering she's the chief artist, right? When Apollo strikes up the muses, Oh God. Who's there to lend the tech? Oh, give it to me. It's the Virgin. Next one. Boom. People are like, why is the Virgin so important? Okay, now let's bust some paradigms here. Are you ready? Who's that discovery? Who's that discover? It's Hermes, and he's the one who gives those who are alive and takes such joy. What are the gifts that this stringed instrument gives? It gives them symphonia and homologia. Symphonia. Do you know what symphonia is? Do you know what symphony is? That's when our voice becomes one. Do you know what homology is? That's when our word, our reason becomes one. Do you know why the United States has no homology and no symphony? Do you know why? Because you have to respect the Virgin who says your greed stains your soul with a stench of ruin. Have you noticed that just came out? You can see people's morals now. You can see where they lie. They lie in buying and selling. Oh, God. Do you know what you are? You are the makers of music that is corrupt. Oh, because if you had the music that was from the God, you would purify yourselves. But instead, your greed stains. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Now, do you hear the jibe? Do you hear the slander? That wasn't hymning that I was just doing. That was blaspheming. Do you see why blasphemy is so effing important? You're not going to get Bacchus without blasphemy, people. You're not going to do it. When the devil told me about the contract, I said, "Are you joking? Are you joking? For the blasphemy alone, it's worth it. I'm not going to do it for any ideals. Saving their human souls or humanity, helping human. I'm not doing it for that reason. I'm doing it for the slander because it is so painfully accurate. Oh, God. You have to appreciate the artistry of the archeress. Oh, do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Oh, God. Okay, give me the next one. Couple more here, and then I want to give you a little Bible. What's this say? Look at your beautiful mat. Look at your beautiful mat, Chewy. That's absolutely gorgeous. This is part of Acts. And this is the part of Acts where, remember, Paul goes around journeying around Asia Minor, right? He goes hunting around Asia Minor. And he ends up in some tough places that end up, they beat him up, kick him out, exile him out of the city. You know what I mean? Well, he's going to Pirateville, right? Just above the Cilicians are these people. And when he gets there, right, in Acts, the people recognize the cult. And what do? They call Barnabas, who's traveling with Paul. This is before Paul and Barnabas pick up Timothy, who's the kid. I know. Is Paul traveling around with pubescent boys? Yeah, of course he is, right? It's part of the thing, man. I'm telling you, right? Well, they pick him up where the pirates are, the traders, the traffickers in human souls. They pick them up. And what cult sects are here? Judean cult Sex, S-E-C-T-S, sects. Okay, Judean cultists. Why? Because they are following the layout on the map of the Lacei, the traffickers in humanity. Okay? I told you, it says in the Septuagint, Abraham is a pirate. So this is what it's talking about. Oh, God. Here we go. Are you ready? And they're calling Paul now Hermes, right? They're calling Paul Hermes. Why? Because he's the one who leads the discussion. He's the one who explains the argument. He's the one who carries the reason. Those are all three perfectly good translations for the very same singular expression that ends this verse. Paul is acting as the Hermetic translator. Okay. All right, give me the next one. So for those of you who have read your Bible, and there's a lot of viewers of Lady Babylon who are Christians who, want to check in, maybe some so they can maybe, look for something that could possibly be wrong, or maybe some that are just curious. And people were getting messages now. I don't know if you've noticed, but we're getting comments from people who are converts, right? Who came in here as Christians, right? What a nice thing that is. That's such a, when I see there's not that many of those, right? But when I see one of those, I think, it's for these people that we fight, right? It's for these people that we keep it up and then we bring this material forward, right? Fantastic. Welcome to freedom, right? Welcome to freedom. Fantastic. Let's pull out the blasphemy cake and light the candles. Boom. I want to show you a couple of definitions, people. Oh, is this Wiki? I put something in Wiki from there. Okay, are you ready? This is Wiki. No, that's okay. That's okay. No, we've got time. We've got time. I'm going to go ahead. I prepped this for everybody, so I want everybody to go ahead and get this tonight. Okay. Now, people, this is a Wikipedia quote. I think it's about the reason that you think the way you do and say things like biblical history or Bible Times. That's my favorite. Bible Times. The reason that you think that is because of this false letter that they knew was false in antiquity. Right? This is the letter that establishes that the Septuagint is a translation. Was never questioned before, right? Somebody came along in the first and created this letter to give it some substantiation, to say, wait a minute, this thing is a translation of Hebrew. It's a translation of what language? What language? You're about to see another language that Paul himself encountered that they ran over in Asia Minor. It's a relative of Phrygian, right? They squashed it too, the Greeks. Right? I'm not saying the ethnic Greeks. The people speaking Greek squashed the people not speaking Greek. That's the history of the Mediterranean from the Bronze Age. People speaking Greek, squashing people who don't, making them obsolete. Do you understand? All right? As the language grows, the education grows, and with it, the building. Those walls come up through the music. That famous guitar that we just read about was said to be able to build a city. Specifically the walls, right? Fortifications, defenses, right? Your music is your defense. Do you understand why modern monist hymns are the way they are? Think about it this way. Singing is an extremely liberating process. If you don't want your people liberating, you create a modern hymn, right? Oh, amazing. This grace that pardoned a wretch like me. Look at my wretched face. Do you understand? That's not a hymn. That's not a liberation. That is an enslavement. And the hymning that takes place in church is very much meant to reinforce the enslavement of the singers. Right? Right? They're not singing about reason much, are they? Think about that. Why have I never been in a Baptist church? North, south, east, or west Baptist, I don't care. Why have I never been in a Baptist church and heard a hymn that set me free? Why is it always shackling me? How great thou art to overcome the likes of me, O Lord Almighty. Does Ariana have anything to say? Stupidity, though, is a sloppy word. Devotion comes closer. He was out of his mind. How did Liz put it? Sinister innocence. For some of us on earth, there is only one honest place. That's the end, right? The next poem is, the title is Medea. Love that. Nice job, Ariana. Look what she's doing. Channeling that power, right, is what it is, right? It's a gorgeous, oh, God. Give me the next one. Chewy's a little bit. Chewy's a little bit. There we go. Here's the Letter of Aristeas, people. This is the line that starts everything. The Letter of Aristeas, right, to Philocrates is a Hellenistic work of the 3rd or early 2nd, considered by some biblical scholars, that's an oxymoron, to be pseudepigraphical, right? The letter is the earliest text to mention the Library of Alexandria. Josephus, did I smell a fart? Who paraphrases about 2/5 of the letter, ascribes it to Aristeas and to have been written to a certain Philocrates. The letter describes the Greek translation of the Hebrew Bible, right? That's the only reason you think that this Septuagint is a translation, is because of this letter. Imagine that if somebody wrote some epic tome, right? And 200 years later, somebody comes along and forges a letter that says, hey, this epic tome is a translation, and everybody buys it because the predominant wave in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th centuries is toward this Christian acceptance of which strangely don't exist. That's why people are so excited to get the Dead Sea Scrolls, because it had some Hebrew in it. It also had the Greek that they were trying to copy into Hebrew, but didn't have enough words in the Hebrew to do, right, successfully. Oh, God. Anyway, that's Josephus. Let's go to the Septuagint. Some scholars have since argued that it is fictitious, right? Some scholars, not just modern scholars. Oh, they did the same thing in antiquity. They said this thing's a lie. But remember, it was the pagans that got silenced when the Christians found their orange Hitler named Constantine. Are we just reliving? Yes, right? And you're doomed to, because you don't study this stuff. Because if we had studied this stuff, we wouldn't have let it lead up to this point. Now, I want you to go deal with the Office of White House Propaganda. My God, man, did you think Nazism was specific to one time period? Have you studied history? What a shame, people. What a shame. New York needs to be streamed. Yeah, that's what you said, Chewy. That's what you said. We'll see what we can do, people. We'll see what we can do. I'm not quite sure, right? But we'll do whatever we can, right? If I can get you guys there, that'd be fantastic. Maybe they would allow us to do that. I will talk. Yeah, we'll record. Thank you, congregation, for doing that. Whoever said that, right? Anonymous member of yon congregation of Satan. Sorry, that's fine. Oh God, give me the next one. We need a little more titillation, people. A little more titillation. I don't care. I'm not gonna rush. I'm gonna give this to you good tonight. Don't you love the mats, by the way? Remember, what are those three ideal beauties that we discussed? Is it really the case that is the virgin, the horse, and the guitar? Wouldn't you treat? Isn't that gorgeous? I think that's gorgeous because look, you can love the soul of the virgin, the horse, and the guitar. And that's harmony. Oh, God. Oh, is it really true that ideal beauty is that harmonic reality that we're just a dim reflection of? I hope these people are right. People, check out Bruce Metzger. Right, in 2001, most scholars who have analyzed the letter have concluded that the author cannot have been that man he represented himself to be, but was a Jew. Now, this is funny because I don't think that that's a foregone conclusion, right? You got to realize when you're talking about something written, especially when you're talking about the high likelihood that it's a forgery, right? It wasn't written by who it was claims to have been written by, right? And it was just a later creation, a fictionalization. You can't tell who the author is. You can't tell what ethnicity they are. You can't do that. Who wrote a fictitious account in order to enhance the importance of the Hebrew scriptures by suggesting that a pagan king had recognized their significance and therefore arranged for their translation into Greek, right? The story from the beginning was BS. Our timeline has accepted it as a reality because Christianity will fall. It's built upon it like a house of cards. It'll come down. Those texts are not in Hebrew. They never were. They never are. They aren't now, and they never will be. No matter how much you try to translate the Greek into any other language, right? The problem is you're not dealing with something like English or Italian or French. You're dealing with a language with 1.5 unique word forms. That's mind-boggling. All the things that you can do with simply one word, one verb. Right? You think 1 equals 1, it's a 1-to-1 equivalency. No, you can take that word and you can cause it to do a whole bunch of gymnastics that other languages can't. And that's why metaphor, right? That's why analogy, right? That's why thesis. That's why all the words that you and I hold so important come from Greek. This is a technology for your brain, right? For your brain. It's gorgeous. A healer of the soul, people, I'm telling you. And you know, if I can get it, you know, it's got to be pretty plain. Got to be pretty obvious. Give me the next one. Okay. Where were we? We're with the horse and the virgin. And now we're at Acts 14 again. And I just want to show you something odd that doesn't seem to make any sense. when Paul comes to these people, right, in Asia Minor, he's going to come to them to the synagogues of the Judeans. To the synagogues of the Judeans. How far back in Greek does the word Judaios go? Now, if you search the fragments, people will say, oh, look, it's in the fragments that go all the way back to the 6th. Nope. Those fragments are later creations, quotations, far, far after the 6th. The oldest genuine recording of it, you're not going to find pre-Hellenistic. This is a Hellenistic creation as an ethnic group. What you have in Asia Minor are people practicing the ways of Abraham the pirate. Do you understand? That is the religion. Right? The guarantee, the land grant. Okay? All right. Fantastic. And so Paul is up there. You got to bring back the text. This is before he gets Timothy, before he picks up the kid, right? Philemon too is another one who's young and whatnot, but there's more. There's numerous more, right? I want to translate this for you and just tell you what it says. He comes to the synagogue of the Judeans. That's not right. That's not a geographical reference to the land of the Judeans, right? So that many of the Judeans and the Greeks, those who speak Greek, and those who are Judaioi. Are we zeroing in a little bit on it in Asia Minor? Right? We're zeroing in on it. They've got their gatherings, their synagogue, which is a Greek term, right? And what happens? Well, the Judeans, right, got worked up, right? And they want to cause these people, it's coming to a loggerheads. Their practices are not able to mesh. Now, wait a minute. You said, what the hell is going on? In the Mediterranean, polytheistic societies are old, right? They predate anything monotheistic always, right? So they are absorbing out here in the land of the pirates, the traders, the traffickers in the human soul. It's a different story. It's a different story. Blow it up. Blow it up. They are having arguments that are causing them to come to conflict with each other. And Paul gets into the middle of it. Okay? Right? Okay, so that is the background for people stepping forward and saying, one of you is Zeus and one of you is Hermes. Do you see, after all of that, it comes down to people being able to associate the activities within the mystery. Yeah. This is not anything strange. The Septuagint is built upon this. I'll show you with Moses. The Septuagint is built upon this model of Zeus and Hermes as the conveyors of that self-knowledge. What do? They enter a place like Sodom and Gomorrah in order to test it, to try it. The word perates for pirate is the word for the testing. Oh, God. Are you kidding? I mean, no. Hezekiah shows us that, right? Oh, God. Do you see how you've been following a fairy tale? Your understanding of history has been a fairy tale understanding. Lovely. Lovely. There is Timothy. Hey, Timmy. Oh, God. It's actual Timmy. Come here, Timmy. If I were there, Timmy, which one is Paul? Which one is Paul? The guy on the left and the guy on the right is Barnabas? Okay, what are they doing with Timothy? You know, Paul writes to Timothy because Timothy's a big deal. He's the apple of Paul's distance traveling eye as he navigates through nations of soul traders. Oh, God. How are we going to purify this? If we're Zeus and Hermes, how are we going to purify this? You realize you just learn. No, Timmy cannot escape. You you realize my reach is long is great with Timothy. All right. What was I going to say? Well, that one took me. Did you see what you did, Timmy? You have a following, Timmy. Oh, I know you want me to stop, but you're gagged, Timmy. You're gagged. See, the more you encourage Timmy, people, the more I shall educate him in the power of pain. Let's keep going, people, before this man beats his floor to death. Keep it next. No, give me the next one. Yeah, no, that's okay. You're fine. You're fine. Yeah, okay. What happens then? So Paul is wrapped up in this battle for predominance, cult predominance in a region that is being flooded by these Cilician, right, from the south, these Cilician piracy influences, right, in this trade, this black market in human souls, right? And what does he do? Well, there's this dude there who's can't use his feet. His feet are useless, right? He's disabled somehow with respect to his feet, right? He's been that way, it says, ever since he was born, ever since he came from his mother, right? Right? And he never walked around. Well, this guy heard Paul talking, right? Oh, God. And Paul, right, seeing him, right, his faith, understood, people, this is the faith that leads to salvation, right? Right? And he said, so Paul says in a great voice, Anastathi, stand upright, right? Stand upright on those feet. Oh, God, orthos, in a straight way, right? He even had good posture, right? Right? So he stands up and walks off, and the crowd that's watching Paul's, oh my God, what are they speaking? They start mumbling, and what are they speaking? I want you to look at the first, second, third, fourth, fifth line down. Luca honesty. Luca honesty. Right? What are they speaking? They're speaking that Lucaonian. Right? That's the region that they're in. When I tell you, people, that Hebrew was the language that got eaten by Greek, this is an example, a recorded example of another language that got crushed by Mother Greek. Right? And these people have synagogues. I want you to ponder that for a minute. And we call them Judeans. Yes. Okay. All right. All right. Give me the next one. Give me the next one. This is gorgeous. It plays out absolutely gorgeously. Next one. That one. I want people to see this. People play with some word play. Right? This is afterplay. Afterplay of wordplay. Right? Not for, after. Give it to me. Why is it not up? This is Hesychius. Hesychius. I want you to look at the second word. I want you to look at the second word. And before you try to read it, I want you to notice that it's in Genesis. Right? What is Eubal? Eubal. Eubal is that name of the one who, now get this, the word katadexantos means a person who discovers and then teaches. You become so good at your art that you become the teacher, the maestro. Do you understand? You become so good at it. This is the one who is the Eubal. The one who learns and teaches and masters the githaran, the guitar. The guitar. The guitar. Who did the writers of the Septuagint model their genealogy on? They modeled it on the lyric poets of Greece. The Bible that you read about Moses and Abraham was modeled upon Greek thought. Its language is fundamentally Greek, not Hebrew. Fantastic. It's amazing. It's amazing. Give me the next one. Couple more. Look at that. You know what I did? I flooded them again. Here's the reference from Genesis, people. I just want you to see it, and I want you to look at Yobel and Yubal, right? And I want you to see the Eo and the Eu for what they are. That's the one who teaches those instruments to the people. Psalterion kai gitaran. Give me the next. Boom. Quick definition. Yep. Eudas. People, right? Who is that Judah? Where is that root coming from? It's the exomologes theou, right? That, you know, I have a hard time describing the word doxa to people because it's unusual. But we translate it as glory, but it's really the action of that divinity acting, right? Glory of Aphrodite. Do you understand? Exomologesis of God, right? Of the divinity. What is that? It's literally that which is coming out that is making your reason one. Okay? I'm going to tell you that natively. That which is coming out that makes your reason one. The emanation that is divine that makes you homologous. Okay? Now, it's nothing of what you thought it was, is it? No, because people will say, oh, this is a word from Hebrew. Why? Because some fool falsified a document in antiquity and started a lie that was perpetuated by fellow monists who wore different uniforms and did different things, but they were still monists. So they perpetuated this lie to establish their own legitimacy. Do you hear what I'm saying, people? Everything you hold sacred is a lie. Give me the next. Didn't you think the devil would tell you that? What does she say about the devil? Ariana said something. She said, probably the reason women are still attracted to the devil and will always be is that's who effed us originally to get life onto this planet. Right? Sorry, I have to censor you, Ariana, with, taking letters out like that. What is that perates? Right? What is that? Well, they tell you here. No, and like you're going to know it, right? Well, if you're tracking things, you will. Go to the next one. What is the porthmeus from that? Yeah, go ahead. The undertaking that is the testing of your life is done by the porthmeus. And who is that? That's the trafficker. That is the trafficker in human souls. What does this say? This says Heber. What is Heber? Heber is Hebraios, the Hebrew. And the Hebrew is the perates. Perates. It's why Abraham is called a perate in the Bible, because he is a trader in human souls. Ta-da! Reality. Isn't it gorgeous? Give me the next one. Now, these are the things, right, people? These are the things that are behind that you have to drill in with basic reality. When you want to wake somebody up, you can't slap them with everything, right? There are specific slaps, specific things, pressure points. Woo! Wake them up, right? And this is just one of those pressure points, right? When you understand that the Hebrew of the Bible is a forgery and that the original is this wonderfully rich Greek text, right? All history is off. What is that? Porthmeus. That's the ferryman, right? The one who conveys. Look at number 3, the purveyor. What does the ferryman carry? The ferryman carries human soulry. Human soulry. Why do they always end up with the devil? It's necessary for generation. Give me the next. Oh, okay. Are you ready? Another good one. Okay. Now I just want you to look at number 2. Who are the peratai? They're the kakurgoi, those who do bad things, the leistai, the traffickers, right? And thereotai, they sell their wares, right, that they gather in hudasi, on the waters. On the waters. Okay, give me the next one. Who are these people trafficking in human souls? This one dies, this one lives. This one dies, this one lives. Plug it in to the prophet. None of this is done for the sake of the things trafficked. It's done for the sake of profit. Your religion is based in profit. And when your government becomes based in profit, it becomes just as corrupt as your monism. And your morals will allow you to murder. Metaphor for rapto. What does the person do who is setting up the strings on the guitar? They are the contrivers. They are the ones who link together. Remember that first dude we were talking about who figured out, maybe, or dudette, right? Who figured out how to put together a stringed instrument. And they're like, you know what? Maybe she was like, I got to put these. That contrivance, the act of creating the string, is the act of the creator. Do you understand? This music that we have with our instruments mimics a reality that is gorgeous. Give me the next. Give me the next. That's why people are saying, what is Armin doing with lyric poetry? Right? What is he? Oh, God, would you just look at this stuff for the beauty that it is, people? Just look at, that's all I want you to do. I want you to be on a date with me, just looking at this for the beauty that it is on a Friday night. And after this, I'm going to go dark until Jesus comes back, because it's going to take me considerable strength. Yes, just wait. Chewy wants a date. Just trust that Jesus will come back, right? What is wrong with you? Chewie doesn't love Jesus. Okay. Give me a couple more. We got a couple more. A couple of these are really good. I just want to share them quick. Which word was it's so tiny? Okay, we'll take a look at it when it comes up. I still can't see it. Okay. Enjoy the mat, though. Look at that mat. What about the lightning? Do you like the purple lightning, people? Tell Chewie if you like that purple lightning. All right, here is the theologian. What were those Celts? I'm sorry. What were those what are those priests called? Oh God. No, I forgot. Remember those priests that we were talking about before? Right? It said they were theologians, right? What is an actual theologian? Right? It's one who discourses, right, of the gods. What are Paul and Barnabas doing that gets them druids? Yeah, that gets them painted as Zeus and Hermes. They are creating discourses of the gods, right? This is something that poets like Hesiod have been doing forever, particularly when it comes to the Orphic cosmologies. Do you understand? This is the model. This is the model for what these people are thinking when they walk around and do what they're doing. This is their mental model that they're using. These druids, right? Look at the 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth line down. Diviners and prophets. And it says theologoi kai mantius. What are those theologians? They are mantic prophets. Do you understand that the mantic prophet is the druid, is the theologian, is Moses? Okay. Do you understand? Right? Look what we bring, people. It's so gorgeous, right? It's the reality of the situation. And people just will go forward. This will block and destroy that timeline. This information has the capacity to block the false timeline started by Aristeas, whoever wrote that. Right? This has the potential to cure and reset the system. Imagine, people, a world where you can explain to Christians the reality that is the fallacy that they believe. Their reason, although suppressed, is still their greatest strength. Right? And all we have to do is resurrect her. Oh, God. Oh, God, New York. Here I come. Oh, God, give it to me. Give me the next one. Right? Oh, love it. Right? Hail the tightness. Okay, couple more. Couple more. Yeah. Yep. I want people just to see here. We'll just end on this. Let me see. Let's end on. Let's just end on this one that you've got programmed in. Okay. Nope, that's fine. Bring it. Blow me up. Take a look at this last little bit tonight, and we'll just kind of bring things together. I need 5 minutes just to tie things together so that you can see why we did this. What have we come here to do, people from Satanic Congregation? We have come here to blaspheme. What are you doing when you blaspheme? You are speaking ill, right? Or you are speaking to the prejudice. You are slandering. I am speaking specifically evil about you when I stand in front of you with my guitar and I let that lightning flow through it. I take on that dithyrambic insult to purify you. Do you see who the music is for? The blasphemy is for those who are currently blinded by the faith. The only way to rescue your neighbors, your sisters and brothers, your co-workers, the only way to rescue them is to blaspheme. That's why we're here, Hail Satan. It's my honor to be able to represent the Satanic congregation in New York City post-resurrection. I hope some of you can be there. I look forward to it. And until I return, no, congregation, everything I am doing, I do for you. Hail Satan.
Address the blood sacrifice before peace is discharged. It's on the cycle. Bring the knife, rumpa pump pump. With her old ways, the mystery goddess. Bring the fucking pain. Magic dress on the Amazonia. Spitting dragon venom all over ya. Over Kims to the moon. People swoon from just a little bit of dope. Hail Satan, sing the muse, tragedy and doom. Hot purple in your eyes, take a hit. Let's go get stoned. Got crucified just the other day with Jesus. He was trying to buy scorpion venom with the Epstein client list. If he can rat out on every pedophile working for the Vatican and the Catholic Church, you know he would in a heartbeat. So they murked him.
Miss Abulima, froth at the mouth, Amazon sugar queen, Nikki with the hot